That's better. Oh, we're live. That was quick. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, BitGlenn. My name's Glenn. I like to share with you what I learn in the world of cryptocurrency as I go through it. So, Bitcoin is dumping yet again, second day in a row. I've just watched a few different YouTube videos, people talking about the price and the reasons why it's dumping and factors that might go into it, and I just thought, what a load of tush. What a load of tush. Load of crap, I should say. If you look at the price of Bitcoin, it's pretty much formed a perfect Bart Simpson head, as it always does when it goes up or down. Again. So you could say, oh, it's because the S&P, the Nasdaq, they all went down, all the stocks and shares, they had a really big dump day. That's probably the most obvious thing that ties in with the dump. It seems where Bitcoin is now heavily dictated by what's happening with the S&P 500. When they have good days, Bitcoin has good days, and when they have bad days, Bitcoin has really bad days. But a lot of people are on, especially Twitter, and I've said before, Twitter's a very toxic place to be for cryptocurrency, but also really entertaining. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but the price, a lot of people were talking about, oh yeah, I think Bitcoin's going to go to 100k. Now, people were saying that even up to 2 days ago, when the price was 11,500 or 12,500. The price drops, I don't know, 10%, 15%, and people start losing their mind. Like, oh my God, that's it. This is it now. We're retesting this support line that's a constant downward trend over so many years. And I've seen a few people post these charts where there's a straight line going down, and Bitcoin looks like it's heading for that as well, which would mean that we would be back at the 6k level in the next like few weeks. And it just makes me laugh, because what do people expect? Do people expect Bitcoin to go from 10k to 100k, like in a straightward up candle? Like, it doesn't make sense. Of course it's going to have days where it loses 10-15%, because that is where the following few days or the following week Bitcoin will be up 30%, because it's retracing the 15% that was already down, and because of the bullish momentum of it going up, it also goes up an additional 15% on top of that. So therefore you have these 30% swings or 40%, whatever it may be. And if you look at previously in Bitcoin, I was involved obviously in the 2017 bull run, and even though the price of Bitcoin was going up very quickly, Brian says, hey mate, how you getting on? Yeah, I'm good mate, thanks for joining. Don't forget to smash that like button for me. I hope you're doing well, Brian. Yeah, in 2017 I got involved in Bitcoin when it was around $7,000. I think that's when I did my first sort of YouTube video on it. Obviously I was looking at it before that, so round about 5k. I remember actually watching I've always talked about this, I remember watching a news reporter talking about Bitcoin when it was at 2k, and that's when my interest got peaked, really. I was like, what's this Bitcoin thing? So I was involved in that time, and you could say, oh yeah, but it went from 7k to 20k just like that. It didn't. I remember sitting there and Bitcoin, oh shit, this is it now, it's going down to zero. And we didn't have all, well, you know, there was, because it was all new territory, there were no support and resistance. It was just, it went straight up and then obviously it came straight down, in theory. Now you've got 11 years worth of historical price data. You've got the stock to flow model, which up until this point has tracked perfectly to what the stock to flow model has produced. We didn't have that then. We did in 2017. Everyone didn't have like a, I mean the stock to flow model, I can't remember when it was created, but I remember seeing charts like it, showing every time there's a halvening. But yeah, it just really it really shocks me that people on social medias can go from being so bullish, like to the point where they're saying, oh, this is it, I'm putting in a long with 25x leverage, but then 2 days later they're saying this is it, Bitcoin's going to zero, it's, you know, it's this, it's that, whatever. And then they're just so quick to, just because it has a dip of 10% or something, but yeah, the price has to come down a little bit throughout those different stages. Bitcoin doesn't just go straight up in one candle. Bitcoin's not going to go from 10k to 100k in one solid candle up. Unless you really zoom out, you start looking at fucking like 6 monthly candles or something. It's gonna go up 15%. It's gonna go down 7%. It's gonna go up 23%. It's gonna go down 15%. It's gonna go, you know, and that's what happened in. Are those paddle shifts on your steering wheel? Yes, they are. Yeah, so it's these sort of pullbacks to me are, I think they're an awesome opportunity. If you were looking at any of your favorite tokens, like a lot of people were talking the other day about SXP, which is Binance's version of Crypto.com's card, the debit card. Well, that was trading at $5.80 or something like that, and everyone was talking about it going to $20. I think I checked it last night, and at one point, I don't know what it is now, I haven't checked before I've done this video, but I checked last night and I swear it was $1.80. Now, even if it just goes back to where it was a couple of days ago, that's like a 3.5, 4x. Like, I don't know if anyone understands that. Like, it's mental. Yeah, so I think these are really good opportunities if you've got a favourite project. Brian says it's about $2. Well, there you go. People were talking about it going to $6 not that long ago. Like, literally, like a week or two ago. Now, people were buying it at $5.80 thinking, oh yeah, it's going to go to $6. That's like, you're making like a 5%, if that happened, 5%, which is, you know, if you can do loads of little 5%, and that's awesome. But, yeah, it comes about that you can now buy it for $1.80 and people are like, oh no, it's too risky, it's too risky. I find it fascinating, really fascinating, just how quick the mentality can change. And I thought, if these people are talking like this now, because Bitcoin's gone down 15% in line with the S&P 500, which we all know has been given a free pass to just unlimitedly go up. Atom went from $4 to $8 in 1 month. So yeah, I just find it fascinating that people are so quick, like how fast it seems to burn through the community. Like, this is it, Bitcoin's going to... Everyone's been saying for months, oh, there's a CME gap that needs to be filled at 9,600. Like, everyone's been saying that. Loads of people have been saying it on Twitter, YouTube, Telegram group chats, Discord group chats, and then we get almost there. I think we're at 10,200 at the moment, unless Bitcoin's dropping loads while I'm doing this video. We get like, last night I was watching it and it went below 10k. It went to like 9,900, and I thought, oh, I hope this is it. You know, I hope it fills that gap, because then everyone can shut up about it, and then we'll bounce back up. It'll be like a V-shaped return. But I don't think we filled it, so it's still there looming in the background. And I thought, God, if these people are struggling now, they should just get out. They should just put their money in the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ, although they had 15% drop. Because that's more secure, if you like. It's got more back in it. You know, the Fed have said in America that they won't let it fall. So you've almost got a free pass there, that you know your money is going to typically over the year going to go up. So now's a good time to buy, because you're going to see the return on this dip. It'll recover from this dip to where it was, and then they'll be saying, oh, you know, S&P 500 is near its all-time high, and then it will go past the all-time high, and everyone that made that 15% profit straight away plus another 5%, so you're talking about a 20% gain. You might think, well, that's not a lot. Well, that's because it's almost guaranteed. Now with crypto, there's no guarantee. No Fed are backing it. No one's propping it up and saying, oh, if Bitcoin fails, then, you know, we'll top it up. But then the risks, the rewards are much. You're not talking about 20%. You know, you could invest in a coin today. A lot of DeFi projects are down like 50%, 80%, 60%. Now, unless they exit scam or there's something wrong with their code, then those coins will go back to where they were once Bitcoin goes on its next leg up. And so that means you can make 80% profit straight away, plus whatever it goes up once it gets past that. So you could easily double your money, triple your money. But you have to obviously look at projects that you personally really like, you know, and you see as having potential, or what this current sentiment is going towards. You know, like the other day it was all about Y tokens. I don't know, tomorrow it might be about these food tokens that are coming out. As soon as a food token comes out, that one pumps. I don't know, that's, you know, that's just sentiment. That's just what everyone else is doing, and you're just joining that wave. If you can spot those now, then you're in for a good earning literally, I reckon, probably in a week's time, because I reckon Bitcoin is going to go sideways for a little bit, maybe a few days, maybe a week, and then it will go up, and it will go up pretty fast. And when it breaks 12k, it won't just, oh look, we're at 12,200 or we're at 12,500. It will just go straight through 13k, then it'll be a 13.5, and that's when we'll be saying, oh okay, we're not going back down now to 10k again. You need to see that happen. Bitcoin, I said in a few weeks back, oh, I think Bitcoin is going to go past 10k and it will go straight to 12k. Well, that pretty much happened. And when I said, oh, we'll get past 12k, and I reckon we'll go straight through to past 13k into 14k, and it didn't happen. It bounced around in between 12k and 12.5, those sort of figures. So that wasn't strong enough, like, vindication really, that Bitcoin was ready to get past that level, you know. It needed to go a bit further. So I think when we see Bitcoin shoot through 12k, and then before you know it, the next day it's at like 13k, then you can say, okay, it's not going back down to that level, and everyone will forget that these couple of days have happened. Some people that are buying now, they will remember it, because they'll think, oh my god, I've just tripled my money, I'm so glad I bought whatever coin it would be. I've actually purchased some YFFI. Now, I was saying about everyone jumping on that wave, and I honestly think that those Y tokens are going to have another big run up because of this yield farming trend that is going on. And I reckon that we are going to see coins that haven't pumped so hard. So YFFI has a circulating supply of something like 58,000, slightly more than some of the other ones out there that only have 30,000, but still very low in comparison to most of the cryptocurrencies out there. It was only, I think it dropped like 50-60%. Now I thought, oh, do you know what, I can see it going back to where it was at least, but realistically I can see it doubling its all-time high. I think the most it went to was $500. But I reckon I can see it with that sort of small circulating supply, unless some obviously scammy exit scam happens, or the code being hacked, or something like that. I can see that going to $1,000 a coin. Now at the moment I've just bought 10 of them, so potentially that could be 10 grand waiting for me in the future. Who knows? I'm not giving financial advice. I think that's you know, it's down to you what coins you invest in. You have to pick ones that I think you believe in. That way you're not kicking yourself later. I don't believe in YFI. I don't particularly believe in any of them. I think YFI has a good use case and a good narrative at the moment, but I think the sentiment is going to be with those again. I think we're going to start hearing about sushi and hot dogs and all those, and then YFFI tokens are the reward system that gets paid out for yield farming. So there's going to be, everyone's going to be chasing these different yields, and when one gets pumped for YFFI, it will go crazy, because there's only 58,000 of them, and everyone says, what, it's only $100? It'll go silly money, and I think then it'll dump again. But I'm hoping to get out before then with a nice bit of profit. So that's my strategy. What's your strategy? What coins are you looking at? I'd love to hear your thoughts, because some of you talk absolute tush. if you don't mind me saying. Some people say, Glenn, look into, and you name coins that I would never touch in a million years. Others of you come up with some really good gems. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on what tokens to keep an eye out for in this dip. Now, I was going to buy TrustSwap. I bought TrustSwap token. I bought about 2.5 grand's worth of it, dollars, that is, and it started to drop actually sort of before the big Bitcoin drop happened. So I thought, oh, this needs to come down a bit more, and I thought, oh, 10%, that's all right, it'll pump back up. But then it just dropped like loads when Bitcoin went down. It's currently at 60 cents. Now, I still think TrustSwap is going to do really well. I can actually see it once it sort of bounces back. I can see it going to probably $2.40. That's my sort of price range for that, $2.40, $2.50. We're currently at 65 cents, I believe. last time I checked it. So therefore you've got a, what's that, a 4x? And I still think that that's going to happen. That's my personal prediction on that. And I think at the moment, TrustSwap's a coin that I honestly think is going to do really well, and it's going to do good things. It's going to have a really good reputation. That's my opinion. But I can also see the Y tokens having another big push up. And I reckon they'll push up before TrustSwap does stuff like that. So, you know, I saw that YFII, that one tripled in price within 1 day. So you're talking like holding it until that 1 day happens. Now I've just bought a token that its all-time high was $577, and I think last night it went down to $110. So even if it just went halfway to its all-time high, which I think it's going to surpass once it starts getting a pump on, and if Binance lists it and stuff like that. Binance listed the other ones, so what's to say it won't list that one? I can see that going to maybe $1,500, $2,000, something like that. Now that's sort of like a life-changing sum of money then, you know. That's sort of like, you're talking owning 10 of those tokens going to sort of $1,500 or something. You're talking 15 grand. So, and then obviously I'll just cash it out straight away, and I'll buy 2.5, 3 grand's worth of TrustSwap again. Potentially I can buy a Bitcoin, and just hold on to that, you know. I don't know, that's my thinking. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If anyone out there is like, Glenn, you don't know anything about YFFI, have you seen this or have you heard that? I'd love to hear your thoughts. But I'm thinking I'm going to hold that until this Bitcoin bounces back, which will probably be within the next week, I reckon. Within the next few days to a week, we'll see Bitcoin back over 11k again. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, it will trade sideways for a bit, because when Bitcoin trades sideways, that's when the altcoins go up and down, up and down. So that's what everyone wants. Everyone wants the alt season so we can make money with altcoins and then convert it back into Bitcoin while Bitcoin's doing not much sideways. So you're stacking sats, and then obviously just hold on to that once the next leg up of the bull run happens. Now, I think some people believe that when the bull run happens, it's going to be like everyone on YouTube keeps talking about a face melting event sort of thing, like, and I just think people are being set up for a lot, like a lie. Bitcoin will not go from 10k to 100k in the space of a few days. It won't happen in a few weeks. It won't happen in a few months, I don't believe. I think from 10k to 100k, you're talking about a year to 18 months. But what people won't realise is that we are in a bull run. And even narratives like today, with Bitcoin dumping, it still fits in with that narrative. You don't see, like say, a candle just going straight up. If you go back to 2017, there were bits where it ran up loads and then it dropped back down, and on those charts it looks minuscule, but at the time that was from 8k down to 5k move, and people think that's it, Bitcoin's dead. But then it went from 5k to 12k, and then it went from 12k back down to 9, and people saying that's it, Bitcoin's dead. And then it went from 9k up to 15. You know, and then it will drop back down again, and sometimes it will come right down, but then it will shoot back up again. And they are the best opportunities to buy more Bitcoin, or buy the altcoins that have dumped the most, that you believe in. Don't just buy the ones that have dumped 80-90%. There's normally a reason why coins dump that much, but if you honestly believe, oh, I believe in, I don't know, like crypto.com, I honestly believe in their business model and their structure. And they were testing the 18-cent mark not that long ago, and I think they've just dipped down to 15 cent. So there's a 3 cent. Now it doesn't sound a lot, but that's a 25% move. Is that 20? It's about 20%, something like that. I think it's a 20% move. So, you know, if you want to make quick 20%, almost, again, not guaranteed, but almost, like it's quite a secure thing, then put some in crypto.com. That's my belief. Depends what your risk to reward tolerance is. I think if you've got I honestly think at the minute, if you've got the lowest risk to reward, but you're willing to dabble in cryptocurrency, you should be putting your money in Ethereum. When Bitcoin pumps, Ethereum pumps harder, and Ethereum stays quite steady. Although it's just dropped down to $380, when Bitcoin goes up to 11k, 12k, Ethereum will go straight back to where it was and then pump a bit more. So it will go to 450s, 460s, 480s, and then we'll be touching 500 before you know it. And that's where people don't realise that is the bull run. You know that. And if you can't handle that, if you can't handle swings either way of 15%, then you should really realistically get out of cryptocurrency. That's my opinion. I don't know. If you agree with me, smash the like button. If you disagree, smash the dislike button. I just think people are setting themselves unrealistic. I think people want to buy a winning lottery ticket, which obviously we all do, but I think they think, oh, I'll put £1,000 in Bitcoin, I'll wait a week, and then it's going to be 100k, and I would have 10x my money. That's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. It will happen if you leave it longer than that, a year, 18 months. You could go back. And sometimes I think that's the best strategy, is to actually not be involved in the cryptocurrency community. Is to buy some Bitcoin, Litecoin, or whatever it is you really believe in, and just hold it, and just don't check on any news, don't check on any technical analysis charts, don't watch YouTube videos regarding it, because then you get sucked into the, like, oh, everyone's making loads of money on this. Or, and I'm guilty of that. I do it. So it's not as if I'm belittling anyone. I'm not saying, I'm just giving advice from someone who's lived through it a couple of times now. Like this YFFI token I was talking about. I don't believe in it at all. And I'll get stung with it. I may get stung with it. It may continue to drop another 50% in value. I'll lose half my money, and it may never pump. That may happen, and that has happened to me in the past. And I'm sure if you're watching this, and if you're being honest with yourself, that has happened to you as well. I don't think anyone has ever thought, you know what, I've never lost money on cryptocurrency. It's always just gone up. If you do believe that, I would call you out on that, and I'd need to see proof. So I think sometimes it's best to just buy Bitcoin and then just forget it exists, and then go back to it when you start seeing it on your mainstream media, on the news, in the newspaper. That's when you think, right, I should probably sell my Bitcoin now. How much is it worth? Oh, look, it's worth 87,000. Yeah, I'll sell it. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's probably the best strategy. And you got to think, all these companies, there's no more Bitcoin being mined extra. It's been halved. The only way they can get more Bitcoin is by getting it off people that have already got it. So a lot of these projects are just, they want your Bitcoin because there's nowhere else they're getting it from. Think about that when you're having your lunch. Obviously, like, I've created a token called Ether Homes. I haven't plugged that yet while I've been on this video. Probably should plug that a bit. So you can go over to www.ether-homes.com, and I've created a project where if you send the smart contract Ethereum, you will receive home tokens automatically through the smart contract. Your funds are stored in a vault, so I have no access to it until the soft cap and the time frame that I've set out is completed. So everyone will know exactly where they stand and what's been paid out and how much money was raised before anything is spent or moved. With the tokens, for every token that you hold, the home token, you will own a share of the company Ether Homes Limited in the UK. You will also own then any assets that are associated with that company, which means that if I go use that money, that Ethereum that I raise, to go and purchase properties, and you own home token at the time and you hold on to it, you own a share of that property. I just received a phone call. So hopefully you guys got the end of that. Hopefully that makes sense. You own a share of the property and a share of the company and any profits that that company makes. So you also have voting rights as a shareholder. So that's Ether Homes in a nutshell. We've just hit the 23,000 token mark, which is awesome. So thank you to everyone. Something that I was thinking about actually is in my Telegram group chat, it shows you actually how many people believe or interact with what it is that you're doing. I've got 280 people in there, so just under 300. But let's say some of those are bots and some of them are maybe duplicate accounts, or they might be people that have joined but then they left. But let's just say 10% of people in my Telegram group chat actually are very active on a daily basis. Well, that means that really, as long as those people believe in the project, I should have at least 23 to 28 people that are investing in home token, I would have thought. So far, I've got about, I think, 12 transactions on home token. Now that either says people don't believe in the project, which is a shame because I believe in it and I think it's going to do really well. And I know I can make a success of it. Or they just don't want to get involved. They don't want to like invest any money. They just want to go and buy altcoins and stuff like that, which is really sad because, you know, you've got this community that I've sort of created and held on to for well over 2.5 years now. So I would like to think that people that are really close to my channel and to the Telegram group chat sort of like, actually, I really believe in Glenn and he's never scammed us, he's never shilled anything, he's never, whenever he said, oh, this is a referral link, he's always been honest about it, he's always been transparent. So there's the concerns with sending a smart contract Ethereum is that someone's going to run off with the money. I'd like to think that I've done enough over the years to really sort of justify to people that I would never allow that to happen. So then you've got to say, okay, well, why else? If they believe in Glenn, they must not believe in the project. They must think, do you know what? He's not going to buy a property with the money. He's going to run off with the Ethereum. He's going to go and spunk out the wall. Well, that's really sad as well. I'd like to think that actually over the years I've always said to people, look, I'm going to look into doing this. I'm going to look into doing that. 9 times out of 10, I follow through with it. You know, like I said, one day I'm going to own one whole Bitcoin. Well, now I own about 2. And I said, you know, one day I'm going to convert this shed into a nice sort of YouTube studio. I've done it. I also said, you know, I've gone through a bankruptcy and I'm going to try my best to get back on the property ladder. Well, I've done it. So every goal that I set myself, I achieve. And I'm doing videos and I'm sharing it as I go through it, as I'm living my life. I'm saying to you guys like, oh yeah, you know that thing I said I'd do? Yeah, I've done it. And people say, oh, well done, you've done really well. And I come up with ideas every now and then. I'll say like, oh, I think someone should create a website where it shows you all the staking rewards. And I was thinking, oh yeah, I'll create it myself. But then someone already created it. So I said, oh, brilliant, someone's already done it and they've done a good job at it. And that's stakingrewards.com. I was on their website again the other day looking at what sort of yield farming rewards people are getting. I said I was going to create a shop, and I really looked into it. I contacted shopping centres and got prices, and you know, I'm quite proactive. I'm a doer. You know, like, as the Joker would say in Dark Knight, he said, I do things. And that's how I like to think I live my life. So if I say, oh, with the money that I raise from this home token project, I'm going to go and buy a property with it, I think that people watch my channel should honestly believe, yeah, he is. Now, if you want to have a share in that house, if you are going to watch me do a video saying, hey guys, look, this is the house that you've just bought with the home tokens, if you sit there and watch that and go, I wish I fucking bought some. If you feel honestly that you're going to have that feeling, get involved now. You can buy some Ethereum right now on coinbase or wherever it is you buy it from. Or like crypto.com, you can buy it using debit card. You can buy Ethereum just using your debit card or credit card. Type your details in on crypto.com and it will purchase it. It will be in your wallet within seconds. Now, as of today, Ethereum is under, I think, $380, which I can't work that out in pounds off the top of my head. It's got to be, what, £300? Which means that Ethereum is the cheapest it has been in quite a long time, which therefore means man issues, I think, with the gas fees right now. People are reluctant to spend $50. Well, I've done a few transactions buying home tokens with Ethereum, and obviously I've done them in the live stream, and I don't think I've paid more than $9. I don't know what the fees are right this second, and you know, that I suppose some people might not want to spend $9, but $9, this project is not available to Americans. In pound, because I think the dollar keeps dropping. So it's the cheapest it's ever been to get involved in that home token. So for anyone who's watching, who's already invested, like me, myself, obviously I bought when Ethereum was at an all-time high almost, like for the last few years. Well, now is the time to be buying it. You can buy 250 home tokens for potentially, what's that, $38, which is about, it's got to be about £30, and you can own 250 home tokens right now. You can do it right now. So it's the cheapest to get involved, and you know, I'm not begging people and asking people for 5 grand, 10 grand. I've said from the beginning, I would rather have 50 people investing $100 worth each, as opposed to one person putting in 10 grand. That's what I would like, because then it's more decentralized, it's more spread out there. It's you know, you're more likely for people to be invested in the project once they start, and then they'll start creating liquidity pools on exchanges I've never heard of. Obviously the main decentralized ones that I know of are Ether Delta, Uniswap, you've got KNC, BNT at the moment, but you know, there's hundreds of other ones out there that I don't even know about. And if more people have the token, then the more likely they'll create these different liquidity pools and stuff all over the place, which is awesome. That's what I would like personally. So even my YouTube videos, any video that I upload now typically gets 100 to 200 views within the first 48 hours. So this video you're watching right now, if you go back to it in 2 or 3 days time, it will probably have 150 to 250 views. Now let's just say that not every single one of them is an individual person. It might be someone who's clicking away from the video and coming back and stuff like that. So let's just say there's 80 of you out there that are actually watching the videos. Well, I would like to think, yet again, if you've been watching my YouTube channel long enough and my videos, you'll know that everything I do is transparent, it's clear, I make it very obvious. I've never lied. No one's ever called me out on a lie over the last 3 years of doing this channel. No one's ever said, oh, you're only doing this because of that. And I say, well, yeah, I did disclose that at the beginning. No one's ever called me out on anything. And that's because I just talk so openly and free that I've always got like, well, yeah, I did mention that the other day, you know. I don't pre-plan these videos. I don't sit there and think, right, I can't mention that, and oh, I can't tell them about this because otherwise they won't buy it. I don't think like that. I always say to people, look, if you don't want to use my link, go and search for this on Google by yourself, you know. So I would like to think that the 80 people that do watch my videos ideally all have at least £50 worth of spare money that they could invest into a business. You know, if you haven't, then I feel a bit, you know, sorry for you in a way, like if you're living that close to the borderline, which I'm sure some of you out there are. And I know what that's like. I've gone through that many times in my life, so I understand it. But you know, if you haven't got £50 to spare, then get out of crypto, because it will eat your money up alive. So, you know, if you do want to be involved in a cryptocurrency business model that I think is going to be a success and it will be profitable quite quickly, then, you know, head over to etherhomes.com, ether-homes.com. Check out the smart contract, verify it yourself, view it on Ether Scanner, view all the addresses, view how many tokens have been minted. And if you feel like, yeah, do you know what, everything's as he said it would be, everything's clear, transparent, you know, take a punt on it. £50, £100. If you do deposit more than 1 Ethereum, so if you deposit 2 Ethereum, you do get a 10% bonus on top of whatever tokens you should have got. So, you know, it's in my best interest to sort of recommend that you buy more than 2 Ethereum, because you're 10% up on your investment already. I put in 2 Ethereum and I got the bonus, so I'm happy with that. And obviously, depending on what happens in the next coming weeks, if Bitcoin does bounce back and all these altcoins really pump again, I think we're going to be releasing the token. And imagine this, a token that is backed by properties, that has had a successful pre-sale with a community of people, has a YouTuber that has put his face and name to the project, that, you know, is sort of backing it and making sure that nothing scammy happens with it, and it's going to be released during the midst of a huge alt season. Like, it's just oozing, like it's like, whoa, like all the right ingredients thrown into a pot and just being stirred around for what I would imagine is going to be a pretty successful and profitable token sale. That's my honest opinion. It's not financial advice. Do your own research, look into the project, let me know what you think. You can message me on Twitter @BitGlenn, or you can join the Telegram group chat, which is @TeamBitGlenn, or you can find the Ether Homes on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, all obviously through myself, but just search Ether Homes and have a read of the white paper, have a read of the website. there's a frequently asked questions section. Just have a scan through that, and if your question's there and it's already been answered, happy days. If there's something more you want to delve into, then message me on Telegram or Twitter and we can have a conversation. A few of you have actually messaged me and said, Glenn, before I invest, I actually want to talk to you, like over the phone or face to face. I'm happy to do that. You know, if you want to ring me, just message me on Telegram and say, when are you free to talk? And either I'll ring you or you can ring me at a set time and we'll sit down and have a half hour, 45-minute long chat about, you know, any queries or worries that you may have in the project, how it works, what maybe there's something that you need to see to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it, or oh yeah, I can verify that this is legit. So I'll help you any way I can, and if it's not for you, it's not for you. I'm not going to pressure sell anyone, I'm not going to push anyone, and I'm not going to start getting angry if the project doesn't succeed. You know, like a lot of these people on YouTube or Twitter, if they don't get it their way, they start throwing their dummy out the pram, and I'm not going to be that guy. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I think it's a really good business model. I think it's a good strategy, and I know that it will work, but investors out there may not agree with me. I don't know, but yeah, I just think it's almost a little bit disheartening when you see that, oh, I've got 200 views and all I did was talk about the home token, but yet nobody invested. Like, no one out of those 150, 200 people thought, yeah, do you know what, I'll give him a shot, here's 20 quid, you know, into the, I'll have some home token, or 100 quid. The soft cap is 120 Ethereum. From what I remember, I think we've raised about 10 Ethereum now. So, you know, we're not even 10% of the way there. We're about 8% of it through. We've got 3 weeks remaining, but all it takes is a few people here and there to start depositing 2 Ethereum, 5 Ethereum, and before you know it, you know, it only needs a few more. I mean, I plan to put in quite a few Ethereum towards the end of the project, because ideally I want it as spread out as possible. I don't want to be a majority shareholder of the token. Realistically, I do, because I think it's going to probably 10 to 15x in valuation, and obviously I don't want to miss my own tokens out. But I didn't want it to come across like, oh, Glenn's created a token and he owns 90% of it, you know. I wanted there to be a majority of people buying it first, and then obviously I can jump in and say, look, I only own 10% of the supply, rather than me being like, oh, Glenn owns 90%, why would I invest in that, you know, sort of thing. So at the moment I'm quite happy with my position. I think we've raised 23,000 tokens, and I own about 7,000 of those. That means there is now about 14,000, or whatever that works out to be, 15,000, that are nothing to do with me. They are all you guys, you know, and that's sweet. I like that. I like the fact that I don't have a huge majority shareholding of them. It's quite evenly spread out, but you know, who knows what's going to happen. Someone messaged me on Telegram saying, Glenn, do you think the token will hit a soft cap, because at the minute it's looking a bit bleak? And I said, yeah, I honestly feel that it will, because I understand from an investor's point of view, they want to hold on to their Ethereum as long as humanly possible, so that they can put it into things like hot dog token for now, and if that doubles in price, they could take it out and then maybe send my project 1 Ethereum. But right now is the cheapest. If you thought, oh, I don't really want to take a risk on Glenn's project, well, now's the minimum, well, not minimum, but it's one of the cheapest times to get involved, so therefore your capital is least at risk. So I don't know, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, what you guys think. I'm probably going to wrap it up there. I do think we're in for maybe another day or two of dumping of tokens. So if that is the case and Ethereum goes down to like 350, then I'll be buying some Ethereum to then send to the smart contract so I can increase my share of home tokens. I can tell you that now. So I'd love for you guys to join me on that journey. I think it'll be really exciting, and I think the people that don't invest in it will really regret it. Not just because, you know, if it pumps 10x or whatever and they think, oh, I've missed that. I think, you know, if I'm doing YouTube videos saying, look, this is what we've bought collectively together, people are going to be like, oh, I don't own any home tokens, I wish I'd bought some now. And now I've got to buy them off of Uniswap for £1.50, whereas I'm offering them for 11 pence, or probably 10 or 9. They're probably like 9p at the moment with the price drop in Ethereum. I can't work out that maths off the top of my head that quick. But yeah, I would imagine they're sort of 9.5 pence per coin, which is cheap. To own a share of a business and a property for 9p, bargain. At the moment, there's only 23,000 coins that have been minted. So you look at projects where there's only a small circulating supply, say like YFI and YFFI and all of those, and they've only got 30,000, 50,000, and they've gone up to, you know, YFI's up to 30k, and it went up to 40k at one point. YFII that was up to $9,000 the other day, and this YFFI that was up to just below $600 because it only has a market cap of 58,000. Well, we've got half that at the moment, so obviously we need to hit the soft cap. So I think the lowest amount of coins that will ever be produced were 300,000 or something like that. You'd have to do 120 times 2,500. I can't work that out in my head. But yeah, 300,000 market cap is nothing compared to some of the projects out there that have got 10 trillion and 10 quadrillion and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys. I'm going to leave it there. Don't forget to smash that like button before you leave this video today. Also click the subscribe button if you are new to this channel, and like I say, join me on my Telegram, Twitter. Just search for BitGlen or Team BitGlen and you'll find us there, and you're more than welcome to start a conversation or message me privately. That's it, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.